You guys love part 2 to this video so much that I decided to make part 3. If you are new and you haven't seen part 1 or 2, I essentially react to high school students and what they're bringing to school with them. Now, there was trauma from the first 2 videos, especially the first one, and a little bit from the second one. I was very shocked to learn that people are bringing razors to school, they're bringing makeup bags to school, they're bringing tie pins to school, because back in my day, we didn't bring tie pins. If we had a stain, we had a stain, and that's all I had to say about that one. I was shocked that people were bringing, I don't even know if they were bringing this to school, but they included it in their school supply haul. They were including body scrubs, shower gel, shaving gel. It was like, what are we doing? So I decided to do another one of these. Honestly, I don't know why, because it's not for my mental health, I can tell you that. But you guys loved it so much that I decided to make a part 3 for you. So let's get right into this video.
School supplies haul. Okay, first I got this blue North Face backpack, and I've had the same backpack since 8th grade, and the inside of it is literally falling apart, so it's time for a new one. And I just thought the blue was fun, so yeah. I also got this light pink hydro flask, which I think is so cute. Okay, I'll start with notebooks. I have one 200-page faster notebook. I have one with 150 pages. And then I have a white, pink, purple, and green of just 100 pages. Folders, I'm using this blue one from last year because it's in good condition, and then I got a pink one.
One thing I love to hear in these videos is I'm using this from last year because it's in good condition. I love to hear it because there's no reason to repurchase things that you're going to use in school and it's in good condition. Why are you buying another folder when you have one that you barely touched last semester? Let's reel it in. Let's get it together. Also, I haven't heard anyone mention a hydro flask in I don't know how long. If you guys remember, well, a lot of my audience is really young, and I've realized that, especially after doing lives on YouTube, I realized how young my audience was. I don't know if you guys were old enough for the hydro flask. I can't words. The hydro flask. Yes. I don't know if you guys were old enough for the hydro flask. Goodness, I cannot say that word. Hydro flask craze that went on a couple years ago. It was insane. The amount of money people were spending on hydro flask, the amount of attention the brand was getting, and then all of a sudden it switched over to Stanley. I don't even know how it happened, when it happened, but it did. The craze around that water bottle, around this water bottle, if you don't know the craze around this water bottle, I advise you to go look it up because it was insane.
And that was the more fun stuff. I got these Paper-Mate gel pens because I just love the different colors for notes. Then I got these felt tip ones. I have a 12-pack of the G2 gel pens, and then I also have this other 6-pack of them. I got this pack of mechanical pencils. I got a new pack of the mild liner highlighters because most of mine from last year are all dried up. I got this super cute black and white polka dot pencil case, and there's 3 pouches. I got a little rainbow pack of index cards. I got this mini multicolor pack of post-it notes. I got a big pack of polarized gum, of course. And lastly, I got this little purple floral planner because I'm going into junior year, and everyone says this one is the worst year and it's really stressful, so I'm going to try to stay as organized as possible.
Okay, I love her so much. She seems so sweet. Girl, what are you doing with all the pins? What's happening? There's so many pins. I never understand. Even in the other 2 that I did, there was this one girl who had pins after pins after pins after pins. And I'm like, girl, what are you writing? What are you transcribing by hand? What's going on? But other than that, her haul was very light, very cute, very essential things that you would need for school. It wasn't too much, wasn't too little. The only thing that was out of place was the gum, but it's just gum. I'm glad I didn't see a razor or body cream. But let's watch another one. I'm still very impressed that a lot of high schoolers now actually plan. I hope you plan, because planners really are not that cheap unless you buy a very generic one from Walmart. But if you buy one of those, the one that she had, it's it's upwards of $10, which is a lot for a planner, to be completely honest with you. There wasn't anything out of the ordinary, just the gum, which I understand. You sometimes you want to make sure your oral hygiene is intact, so I'm not too mad about that. Okay, let's watch another one. Okay, having a separate binder for every subject, how are you carrying that with you? Unless this person is someone who uses a locker, which I don't know if you... Okay, riddle me this. Do you guys actually use your locker and like your lockers in high school? But unless she's like someone who's using a locker, this is a lot. Especially to carry in your backpacks. If you guys don't remember my last video, save your shoulders. I kept saying save your shoulders because guys, save your shoulders. But that is a lot. She had 5 different notebooks, y'all. I mean, 5 different binders, guys. That's a lot of binders. Okay, let's watch another one.
School supplies haul. So this year I have this black Lululemon backpack. I think it's super cute. It's really simple. At first I had gotten a pink one, but I decided that black would probably get dirty less quickly, and so I just went with the black. Right here on top, I just have this flower hair clip. I got them in a pack of 4 from Shein, and I literally got them like kind of just to decorate my backpack. But of course, like I can actually use it if I need it. So we're gonna start with the front pouch. The first thing I have in here is an Apple Watch charger, just in case my watch dies. But like, Texas has a new rule that we can't have phones, watches, AirPods, anything like that. So I don't know how much I'll really need this. To go with the watch charger, I also have just a normal charger. Next is this little Hello Kitty mirror, super cute. It has like the super zoomed in, and then like...
I realized that was a rule that I recently, well, not recently, I think last year, towards the beginning of last year, I heard that most schools were banning phones, of like having phones just in school, which I thought that was a rule anyways, because when I was in school, I gotta stop saying it like that, because back in high school, we were not allowed to have phones, and middle school, we were not allowed to have phones. If you had a phone, they sent you to detention, like, well, ISS, but I'll just say detention for simple terms. They sent you to in-school detention for having a phone. And it's so crazy because we had phones back then. Like, you don't realize, if you are someone who is watching from outside of America, honestly, you just really never know what could happen. Like, the fact that there are like drills for intruders, there are drills for like gun violence in schools is really sad that that's even something that's in place for schools. So having a phone is essentially a way to stay in contact with your parents, the outside world, let them know what's happening. Because if a drill were to take place, the school can't get in contact with every single parent. So having a phone was like kind of our way of being like, okay, we can contact our parent if needed. And a lot of you commented under one of my videos where I said, yeah, phones shouldn't be allowed. I didn't mean phones shouldn't be allowed, like you shouldn't be able to physically have them. I'm saying like you shouldn't be able to just be on your phone. Because when I graduated, I literally saw videos from students grades below me allowed to just have their phone in class. And I'm just like, where was this rule when I was there? I don't think that should be allowed, because most schools, they allow students to just have their phones out. I don't think phones should be allowed to just be out and about in the classroom, essentially. If you have your phone, it has to be on silent or it has to be turned off. But you can have it in case an emergency breaks out. That way, you're able to contact your parent first. If there's an emergency happening, you're able to get in contact with someone you need to get in contact with. I think it's smart to have phones that way, but they should either be silent, completely silent, or turned off. And even at the beginning of class, teachers could check to make sure your phone is either on silent or turned off. Something like that. But I think that they should allow students to have phones. So I don't think they should be banned from school. I just think that there should be a way to check. Be like, hey, is your phone on silent? Or everyone take your phones out, put it on silent. Something like that. But yeah, let's keep going.
Normal. Next is a Bath & Body Works hand sanitizer. This is in the Endless Weekend scent. It smells really nice, kind of fresh. But I do want to get like the square one. I forgot what it's called, but like, you know. And that's everything that I have in my front pocket.
I'm traumatized by those little Bath & Body Works hand sanitizers because the very first time I ever purchased one myself, it was stolen. The very first time I purchased one, I had money because, and this was in high school. Guys, it was in high school, and this is before I had a job and before I was old enough to actually work. I somehow had enough money with me, probably from my mom, obviously. And I was like, you know what? I want one of these because they were really popular. And I was a trend girly. I followed the trends in high school. The freshman year. After that, I did not care. Before freshman year, I didn't care, but freshman year, I was like, you know what, I want one. But literally, I bought one and it was stolen. I literally brought it to school. Everyone was like, can I have some? Can I have some? I put it in my band locker and it was gone. Never seen it again. So someone literally went and broke into my band locker and stole my little hand sanitizer. So I've never purchased one again. I know it's a really sad story.
My front pocket is usually the pocket that I put the junk in, or my side pockets is where I put like my gum wrappers and stuff. But hopefully this year I keep my backpack clean. So in the very back, this zipper right here, this is for like your laptops, I guess, but I don't really carry a laptop because our school doesn't give us one to take home. So right here for now is just going to be empty. Now for the main pocket, I got this pouch from Shein, and in here I just have my girl stuff. Next, I have this mini pouch from Lululemon.
I applaud her. I love her. Because this is my girl stuff. Moving on. This is a school supplies haul. When I watch a video specifically for... There is some beeping outside. When I watch a video specifically labeled school supplies haul, but she put school supplies hauls plus what's in my backpack, so I know what to expect from her. But she just said, this is my lady products. We're moving on. Because this is not a video. This is not your emergency kit video. This is a video about your school supplies. Also, they don't give you guys laptops to take home anymore. I know at my high school we had Chromebooks, but they were assigned to us. We even had a Chromebook bag and everything, and we took them home with us. So that's, wow, that's interesting if they don't let you guys take them home anymore.
And I haven't taken the tags off yet, but once I actually go back to school, I definitely will take them off probably like the night before. So in this one is where I'm gonna keep my Papermate pens, my highlighters, and as well as Sharpies. I have the Sharpies in like every color. So that's just what's in here. I also have just sticky notes and then the clear sticky notes. And the last thing I have in here are just these mechanical pencils. Next are these mechanical pencils, and these are like the cuter ones. They're like purple, blues, and pink. So hopefully I don't run out of these, but yeah. Next is this bigger Lululemon pouch. In here, I have a brush, makeup wipes, mouthwash, liquid makeup remover, a small deodorant, this hair and body mist, and dry shampoo. I do plan on getting...
I spoke too soon. I feel like I have a tendency in my videos where I speak too soon. Okay, maybe when she said her lady product, she meant like, you know, I'm not going to expose her business because she didn't expose her business, but if you're lady products, think about it. Okay. More
stuff because I do want to put like a mini concealer and a mini powder in here just for like the days I have my makeup and I need to like touch it up. But I'm going to get that stuff at Sephora. Everything in this pouch was from Target. Next thing I have are just these regular black pens and this pack of different pinks. And then I have 3 notebooks, 2 are spiral, and then I have a composition. These are the pink ones, and I got these at Walmart. Even though I have 8 classes, I don't usually use that many notebooks because everything's either online or just like handout sheets that they give us. So hopefully I don't need to get more notebooks. Next thing I have are just 2 5-star white folders. The thing I have in here is just my binder, and I got it in 1/2 inch so it doesn't take up so much space, and literally all I have is just lined paper. And that's everything I have in my backpack. Even though it is a lot, I do have A and B days, so I'll probably end up taking some out for certain days. But even with everything in here, my backpack doesn't feel as heavy, and even when I put it on, it's still pretty comfortable. I hope y'all enjoyed everything. That's it for today's video.
Man, I really don't remember what it was like to be in high school. I can't remember if I feel like A and B day was a thing, but I really cannot remember anything. Y'all, high school was not traumatic for me. I just tuned it out. I feel like the older you get, because high school for me was 5 years ago, almost. So the older I get, the less and less I remember about high school. I really enjoyed it all. It was light, it was cute. There wasn't anything really out of the ordinary. I mean, in her emergency kit, she had deodorant, mouthwash, I think a lotion, a perfume, and that's pretty much it. So it wasn't anything that was too crazy. So this video was light. It was honestly light compared to the other videos because the body scrub, the shower gel, the shaving gel was a bit much for back to school, okay? That was too much for a back to school haul. But this one was pretty light and cute. Also, is that like a new thing where school age kids put clips on their backpacks, because I've noticed that in a lot of these videos that I'm doing. Honestly, in every video that I do, I notice like something that's newer that I've never really seen before. Even when I was in high school, most people weren't even decorating their backpacks. It didn't become like a really big thing until later. I've never really seen people have super decorative things on backpacks or purses when I was in high school. But that's a really cute clip. Like, that's a really cool idea to kind of stand out and be different. This was a bearable video to do. This was not that bad. One thing I will say is there's so many pens and pencils in these videos. I'm just like, girl, like, are you transcribing something by hand? Like, that's a lot of pencils. There's a lot of pens. But other than that, it really was an okay video to film. It really was not that bad. But let me know what you want to see from me next down in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to make that for you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.